Says we're here.
I know.
Oh, okay. I think we're here. Do you know I said it says we're here without looking at the screen? I don't actually know if when I said it says we're here, if we were actually here.
Huh.
I was too busy being all up in your business. So
Yes, you were.
Actually, no.
You were.
Because here's the thing. I've been trying to help you for literal days. And you're not letting me help you. And I don't know
There's
how.
nothing anybody could do to help
I
me.
could be no, I was helping in that thing. Little things. I can't fix the problems, but I could do little things. It's like, do you need me to get you water? No, I've got it. Do you need this? No, I've got it. What am I here for? Is my point.
To talk to all these people.
So we shall do that. Hello.
Hi.
Kayla Lords.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our monthly Friday night live stream where it gets weird and chaotic. If you know what a bonus section is, then you know what this is. And in about 30 minutes, we'll start the kinky Q&A portion while still talking about random stuff, because that's what we do. Were we late to our own party? Sure,
Yeah.
but
Only a minute.
it's fine. Is this a pajama party for us?
Yeah.
Yes. We are in our, what we call soft clothes. Braless, because I just can't even be bothered. So, yeah. We'll talk more about the Q&A when we get to it, but we really need to, just ease into things and let it get weird and chaotic. I'm going to say hi to folks.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Hi, Rara. Hi, Mally. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Silent. Hi, Skyla. Hi, House of Eclipse family. Hi. Hi, Kitty Sly Fox. Sorry, my eyes crossed and the glasses weren't focused right as I was trying to say Kitty Sly Fox. Hi, Echo Kitty City. I mean, Silent, it really is the question I'm asking more often than not. I just want to be of service. Hence the service submissive portion of the package you purchased in the bundle. You cannot unbundle the things. You get the sassy baby girl, the masochist, and the service sub for one low price. No refunds, no exchanges, no take-backs. This is what you got.
And if you act before midnight tonight, we'll throw in a free set of Ginsu knives.
Actually, no. We'll probably throw in some random snark, lots of clumsiness, and hormonal typhoons. Yay! Aren't you the luckiest daddy dom alive? I know. Hi, X.
How did I ever get so lucky?
You chose this. I really did just put it all on the box. There was no fine print. I used only big print. Truth in advertising. Didn't hide any of my crazy.
Yeah, Silent, the Diet Coke addiction, that's a widget. That's an add-on.
Well, I would like you to know he upgraded his package by giving me a coffee addiction that I did not have until we met. So he only has himself to blame. I mean, some of these are aftermarket parts, so... I'm not going to be able to run with this forever, but I do know some words. And I vaguely know what they mean. So, hi, Bad Cat. Yeah, no. Hey, and now, apparently, I'm starting to fall apart at the seams, so you should probably take me in for some maintenance.
Trade you in?
No, I told you, no refunds, no exchanges. No, you are literally stuck with me. But also, I mean, sometimes I do stuff that you like occasionally.
Every now and again.
Right, so you get something out of this too. I mean, it's not just everybody that you can walk up to and grab them by the boob really hard until they're crying, no, daddy, no. I mean, you can't do that with just anybody. These are emotional support boobs, okay? These These are fidget toys. These are stress balls, okay? You can't just do that with anybody. Maybe not on YouTube. I would like to still have a YouTube channel when the stream is over. Hi, Mr. Spock. Hi, Pat. Every time I see your name, I'm like, my brain does do the switch, and I get the giggles.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brain reads it right, but
yes,
yeah.
I know.
Or
yeah, well,
yeah, my
yes.
brain reads it reversed,
which is probably correct.
Yeah.
So
what?
I don't know. I don't know. I probably have something. Somebody get me started. I can go, but I don't have a something other than I got drunk texted by the oldest a little bit ago. So, I think that's a little wholesome. I would rather him drunk text his mommy than drunk text his capital M mommy, because I guess it's none of my business if he does, but.
Good luck on your test, Echo Kitty City.
Sorry, I got lost in the comments. My eyes started. Yes, good luck. Oh gosh, I was about to say I echo that, and that, no. No, that's no.
Wow.
I know. I mean, I am the unintentional pun girl. I don't even know I'm making a pun.
That's true.
And,
that is true.
And then it happens. And it's after it's out of my mouth and into the universe, and I hear it back on replay, and I go, oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. It was one little text, but it was hi, Mommy, I'm drumpf. Yeah. I went, well, I know what you are.
Yep.
So I think I turned him off of texting back, because I responded, hey baby, please make sure you're not driving anywhere tonight, heart emoji. And he was done with me. I was no fun. I went into mom mode.
Buzzkill.
Oh, did the video freeze? The video froze.
Yes, it did.
Oh, do we have audio? Do we have audio? I hope we have audio. Now we're going to say EOS webcam utility. And then hopefully it's going to come back. And you actually did the blah-de-blah before we even got started. Like, you did the thing.
No, I forgot.
And see, maybe I was not making myself clear. I was asking about that.
I was trying to do everything so early.
Does that auto turn back on? Or,
yep, it does.
Gotcha.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I do not want my underage child to be drinking, but my underage child lives in his own apartment with fellow students who are varying ages around him, on his own, and I have no control. So I don't get judgy when he tells me about drinking, because then he'll never tell me about drinking when he needs me again. And I just, like his last school year, he had 2 seniors in the apartment. So when we moved him in, there were literal liquor bottles
everywhere
around the apartment. I was like,
and a drinking game.
And a drinking game.
Yeah. The drinking game was left behind, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess the oldest inherited
it. It goes with the apartment, I guess. Just.
So, yeah.
He's the legal age somewhere, I suppose. So
yeah. If this was anywhere not America, they'd be like, whatever.
Just so long as he doesn't pull a Haley and get kicked out of school.
I know. He so far has been mostly okay with it. I don't know how messaging in schools have shifted over the years about not to drive drunk. I remember being in middle school and high school, and it being sort of drummed into our heads. Mothers Against Drunk Driving would come to the schools. We had Students Against Drunk Driving organizations on campuses. I have no idea what they did in the 21st century with that, but both kids, even though we are not big alcohol drinkers, so they are not really around, they haven't been raised around that. They're both very no nonsense of, well, of course you don't drive drunk. And I'm like, oh, of course? That's an of course to you? Yeah. The rest of us had to have it drummed into our brains.
You got to understand something. When I was young, we didn't have any of those things. So it's because of my generation you have Mothers Against Drunk Driving and all that stuff.
Yeah, because y'all were wrapping around poles and stuff. I know. So, yeah, it was weird to have those conversations with him when he was in high school, because I knew he was going to go to parties, he was going to be around it. And my big concern was I didn't want him to have done something stupid and technically illegal and then not call us, right? So that we could help him out of whatever situation. And he could potentially be harmed irrevocably. So when we were having those conversations, it was very much a, well, no shit, Mom, of course I'm not going to. Those were not the conversations my peers were having at that age. It was mostly, we just all denied that drinking was even a thing, met up in whatever parking lot, field, area, whatever that particular town called the Point. They all had a point place where everybody met up, smoking, drinking, and the like. And we just denied it to our parents. So I don't know what the shift has been, but I guess I'm glad for it. But it now means he, for shock value, loves to tell about the parties he goes to. Because he knows we have no control and it's in the past tense. And I'm always like, okay, I will just not think about that. So, I mean, yeah, and I didn't go wild until right around the time I was graduating high school, but then I had a few months where, nothing I did was legal. Thankfully, I'm still alive. Do I have less brain cells because of it? Maybe, but, I apparently have not missed those. So, and I know you started at a much younger age than I did. You're a child of the 60s and 70s. Yeah. So. But. What else? I don't know. We were supposed to play with your wood today. We did not play with
it. We did not.
But that's because a baby kept us up all night, and that baby is named Lola. It was very much like being woken up in the middle of the night by a baby, because by the second time, my addled brain did not even hardly catch what you were saying, but you came back to bed and went, what'd you say exactly?
Said next feeding's yours.
Right, and she was not eating, but she was crying. And her crying would wake us both up.
Right.
And there's more to the story if you would like to tell it.
2 times she needed to go out. So she was having some belly problems. And then one time.
The final time when you gave up?
When I gave up, she was waiting right outside our bedroom door. And she needed to go out again. And I was like, okay, I am just not going to go back to bed. I'm going to...
Right. Because it was basically every hour.
Pretty much every hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
And I just said, okay, I'm going to lay on the sofa. And that way I don't disturb you, and I'm...
Whatever her issue is.
Whatever her issue is, I'm close enough to, to do it, to do something.
But I promise you, had her issue been vomit, I would have been woken up.
Yes, you would have. Yes, you would
have. So glad it was not.
Yep. So, I no sooner got settled in on the sofa than Lola climbed on top and settled in on me. And there her and I stayed for the duration of the night.
So our plan today had been, JB went to the sawmill yesterday and got a bunch of wood that needs to be processed and milled. We have empty spots in our inventory. We need this stuff, and we were supposed to start working on it today, but here's the thing I knew. I knew that he got out of bed all 3 times that Lola cried, and her howling like that does sound like crying. And then I came out of the bedroom when I finally woke up because his alarm went off because his phone was still in the bedroom. And so it's like, okay, I walk out, and I did not know he had been able to lay flat on the couch for the rest of the night. What I saw was his torso kind of on the couch, sort of at a correct angle to be laying down on the couch, but his legs shifted the other way, and I was like, that can't be comfortable. He's curved. I don't think you're supposed to lay like that for too long. Apparently that's not how he slept, but the conversation that we had...
You caught me as I was trying to extract myself out from under her.
Clearly very slowly, like diffusing a bomb. Mm-hmm. But the conversation we had was, you did not get a good amount of sleep for me to feel comfortable with you using power tools. So maybe we try again on Saturday when, assuming Lola does not keep us up all night, we could sleep in tomorrow. We got to go run some errands in the morning, and then we'll play with power tools and JB's wood. Yeah. So that is the wood that I was referencing. Oh, God. So, yeah, the day was a little thrown off. I was still tired, even though I never got up with her. Just the being woken up, kind of. Oh, you brought those in. I meant to bring those in.
I did bring them in.
Sorry, he made some things out of his wood the other day, and
today.
Did you make them today?
Yeah.
Has it been that fast? What is the time? I don't even know.
That's why I got the little tiny blade for the bandsaw.
I don't know. Anyway, I was supposed to go grab some items out of the garage shop, bring them in to apply wood butter to them. I forgot them because that's how my brain works these days. They're beautiful. They haven't even been buttered yet, and they're beautiful. Beautiful. They will be in inventory tomorrow because that is a priority of mine. These are slapsticks. Mm-hmm. We have slapsticks in inventory, but we do not have this wood. And that wood is Bacote. It is beautiful. It'll actually get more beautiful once I put the wood butter on it. Yep. And those are a little thicker than you sometimes make them. Not by much, but... So... I think those are heavier than some... Is Bacote a heavier wood?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's the wood.
It's a very dense wood,
Yeah, so it's going to hurt like hell.
That's the whole point.
Mr. Spock, I have put off buttering JB's wood, and, he does a good job of it on his own. He doesn't really need me for that, but,
It's nice to have a helping hand.
I'm trying to be a good surface submissive, okay? We've been over that. So... I mean, always silent. There is nothing more important in this world, in my mind, than lube. And he's wandered off, and I don't know what to talk about now. I don't know. But yeah, the Kinkery's anniversary sale is next week, and we have to restock before I can start the sale, or there's not as much to sell as there normally is. So yeah, we're working this weekend. We're going to be making paddles. So, what else? I don't know, y'all. To me, it's all same old, and it's all like, I don't know, it's all like rando boring stuff, so. Yeah, Wendy slapsticks are an underestimated toy. They are actually the bane of my existence from a bottom perspective. Yeah, and I would be curious as to what the Bacote would feel like because it is such a heavy wood. So you're going to get a slap kind of sensation. Definitely get sting because the edges are not rounded, even regardless of anything else. And then I'll bet there's going to be just a touch of thud on that just because of the density of the wood. So yeah, that will I'll be putting those into inventory tomorrow because I'll wood butter them. I'll get little stringy things on them. I will take pictures of them. Ta-da, they'll be up on the site. So, would you like to, are you threatening me with that, or are you going to show that off to folks? That's the original.
That's the original.
Ow, God damn it. Oh, now you did that one on purpose. That's not how you usually hit with that. Ow. Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you all day long today that sometime this weekend I would like us to make a video showing the difference. Here I am, putting myself on the line for the greater good, sacrificing myself, to show the difference between hitting with an evil stick and a diabolical stick. I think that'll make a good reel.
Okay. I can do that.
Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, so Silent asked about the Never Fall for a Dragon. So it's actually a palate cleanser book for me. It has it's a very quick read. It has no real conflict. Like, there's conflict, but it's a romance book. You can see right through it. It is a book. It is smut. Without the sex, there would be no plot. It is in no way literature. It apparently is book 1 of a series of 3. I did already borrow book 2, mostly because I want to see, does it get better? It was not bad. It was just, I had just read a 6-book series that gave me a book hangover and built a world out that I was stressed about, and I just needed something that was light and simple, and this was it. So not great literature at all. Didn't care. The sex is the point. Insta lust, not insta, well, kind of insta love. Dragon shifters. I'm here for dragon shifters. So yeah, that's what Never Fall for a Dragon is. In that universe, it's not a fated mate thing, but a dragon or other supernatural apparently can go into heat, and if they fuck the person they go into heat with, then they are mated and they're bonded for life, apparently. But you can fight against that, which was the conflict in that particular book. It's romance smut. You know how it ended. I'm okay with that. I was telling JB the other day that there's 2 genres I will read, watch, whatever, and love. Romance, fantasy, contemporary, all that fine, but romance and historical fiction and historical nonfiction, but nonfiction can be very dry to read, so I like to listen to it in podcasts. But here's why. My anxiety is not triggered by that shit, because you know what? In a romance, as it's meant to be written, it's a happily ever after or a happily for now. So I know they're going to go through the stress and the tension, and I can feel it with them, but I also know what the outcome is basically going to be. And in history, they're all already dead. I'm not worried about what happens to them and how they end up, because I know as historical figures or from a historical time period, everybody in that story is dead. So there's nothing to be anxious about.
Wow. Just wow.
Oh, God. Silent is right. I would not have remembered the name of that author, but now that you typed out the name of the author, I went, oh, yeah, that's the name of the author. Quite frankly, if I was going to recommend anything to read, it would be what I read prior to, and I do remember that author. J, the letter J, and then Bree, B-R-E-E. So... But yeah, Silent, I'm a mood reader. So if the synopsis strikes me and the reviews are not mostly bad, or I don't see too many reviews talking about grammar, or editing or stuff like that. I like shifters. I like fated mates. I love a why choose. I really love a why choose where not everybody is straight. The series I've just finished by the author Jay Bree, that grouping of people, all straight, But in universe, there were absolutely pairings that were not, and groupings that were not completely straight. So I was okay with that. Yeah. I like fantasy more than sci-fi, but if the sci-fi is interesting enough, I will read it. Apparently blue aliens do it for me. I am finding a kind of enjoyment of some monster smut, but it depends. I am finding enjoyment in cozy reads. Like, they're just sweet and simple, and like when they're romance, I know what I'm going to get at the end, so we just got to get there, and that's what I'm reading for. So yeah.
Yeah, you turned me on to, what was it, the Souls trilogy?
Yes, by Harley LaRue. That's the one you're reading now.
Yes.
Yes, the kink in that was so good.
Yep.
Kink in that was so good.
Yep. Mercy.
Yeah. Oh, the demons auto. Okay. The Souls trilogy, Harley LaRue. Don't ask me what the fuck it's about. I'm a mood reader who never remembers shit that I read, but I remember that the kink was good and the sex was good. But it's demons and humans and supernaturals, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And demon hell, where the demons are from, everybody knows the safe word in hell. Consent is very important amongst demons, and the universal safe word is mercy. And that one was a good one. That one was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. That one was a good one. So, but
yeah, I just finished the first one and starting the second.
Did you
one
enjoy
now.
it?
I did.
That was a series where I really enjoyed the first book, and I enjoyed the first couple, but like it was one of those where I actually liked it more and more the further I got. I think my favorite couple is the second one in the series, because each book tells an ongoing story, but it focuses on different couples. Mm-hmm. And I like the second couple. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Have you already started it?
I just started
it.
Yes. Yeah. Trying to think of the names.
So, yeah, that was a good one. That was one where, as I was reading it, I was like, oh, this would be right up JB's alley, because the kink was that good. I was like, I don't know if you'll like the story. I think you'll like because the kink was just well written. The consent and the subversive taboo kinky shit felt natural. Like, I sometimes feel like I can tell when I'm reading kink by somebody who does not actually experience kink on some level, or they experience it in a way that I cannot at all relate to, because it can feel a little clunky. Like, they're trying to do the right things, but it doesn't feel natural to read. And it, and I don't know, can't give specific examples. It's a vibe. And that series, that was a good vibe. That was another one. It's probably not great literature. Somebody might pull it apart and critique it for like form and story and technical. Blah, blah. I don't care. I liked the story and I liked the sex.
That's the correct one. Silent. Her soul to take. Yes.
Yes, that was good. Yes, and then I also had to go through a little bit of book grief. I started reading a series. It was really good, and I thought it was a completed series, also a Why Choose. We have it's the Fae on that one, maybe some demons, I can't remember now, but in the way it was listed in Amazon, it was like book 4 of 4, and I'm like, okay, the fourth book is the last book, and then I'm like a third of the way through the fourth book, and I'm like, there's not enough room in this book to get through everything, and apparently there's at least a fifth book, but I only started the series because I thought it was a completed series. Yeah. And it ended on a very important cliffhanger. And I was like, what is happening? So I'm very sad. Anyway, it is 10:01. So we're going to keep talking about random stuff, whatever comes up. But we are in the Kinky Q&A portion. So please feel free to ask questions. You can ask questions about specific situations, about kink like general kink topics, like what is this or whatever. You can ask about us. We're mostly open books. To ask a question, please tag us in live chat. Literally type @ and then loving BDSM, and it'll light up for us. We'll see it. If your question takes more than a single text box, to explain, it's probably too much for here. So try to be as concise as possible. If you have like a deep question, you need a lot of space to explain, use the contact link that should be in our description box. If you ask a question and we do not get to it as fast as you would like us to get to it, do not spam the live chat. Our lovely moderators who are all here, hi, we love you, they will put you in the corner with our blessing. Like, they don't have to ask us, is this, they just do it because we let them and we're so grateful for them.
And so, we're all about corner time here.
Oh, I fucking hate corner time. So, yeah, anybody who might have a question, feel free, go ahead. In between, we will answer, but we will chit chat and we will do all the things. So, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. Hello, everybody, and welcome.
You've been waiting all that time to say that?
Yeah.
Is it because I wouldn't shut up?
You're fine. I said it. It's done. We're official now.
I mean, you did walk away right after we got started.
I know, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Doesn't feel fine. It's fine. It doesn't feel fine. It's fine. I mean, it's fine now. Shit. So, I know you just read book 1 of that series we were talking about. What have you been reading? Anything of note?
No.
Anything that knocks your socks off?
No.
Right? Silent. Thank you. Thank you. How do I know it's not fine? Because you keep telling me it's fine. You can't send a clearer signal about how you're really feeling than saying, it's fine.
Yeah. No, I mean, nothing really reading-wise. No, it's been like stress reading for me lately.
Oh, well, that was, yeah, I got through 6 books in, 4 days because of stress reading, so I feel you.
So, it's, been reading. But, yeah, mostly that series that you told me about at this point,
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I am.
It's a little fraught to recommend a book that you're like, oh, I really think you would like this based on what I know about you. You want to be right. Is it D-Rup or is it Drup? I think we had this conversation before, but I see your question. Is public humiliation ever a good thing? It depends.
Yeah.
Context is everything.
Right.
Is the public humiliation something that can be clocked by people who may not consent to clocking your kink?
Correct.
Is the public humiliation consented to by the person for whom it is being put upon? I don't think I'll ever be a fan of public anything that becomes super obvious to the public. And they don't have the ability to remove themselves from the situation if they don't want to be there. But public humiliation that is meaningful to the 2 or more people involved that nobody else clocks, I mean, as long as it's consented to.
Right. Yeah.
So there, yeah, nothing you would add to that? So, I still don't have the Libby app. I need to. You and I talked about it.
Yeah.
And then everything busy. But there are books that I mostly rereads I want to read that are not on Kindle Unlimited, and that's fine. And I usually have the physical book or can go to the library and check out the physical book, but these eyes are not letting me read physical books. I need to use an e-reader, and I have not done it yet.
Yeah, I was going to say something. Mine defaulted to 21 days as well when I set it up.
Oh. See, that's the only. It's not a problem or an issue. It is me being a weirdo. I would feel pressure to know I have that time frame, and that, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, when you hit your time frame, it gets sucked out from you, or can you reach, like, how it just goes away when it's due is how I've always understood it. Is that what happens?
It does go away.
I don't like that kind of pressure.
You can extend.
Okay. Do you have to know that it's about to go away? You have to extend ahead of time? Mm-hmm. That's also pressure.
Well, I usually get notifications.
I usually turn off notifications.
Anyway, yes, I get notifications. Your loan is about to expire. So then I have the opportunity to go in and renew it. Most of the time, I finish well before the 21 days, and I just send it back.
Okay. Taser, you might get put in a timeout, and I don't think that's your thing. So, yeah, be careful. I love going into a library. It makes me sad now because I can easily walk into a library and 30 minutes later I'm walking out with 10 books. Just give me a little bit of time. But I know I cannot comfortably read those books, and that makes me sad. Very sad. So I just have been avoiding the library. So, hi Christy. Hi Dissident. I think some other folks have come in and I have not said hello to. Hi Maven. Hi Andre. I saw some other folks. I think I saw CDC. Hi CDC. Yep. I saw some folks. I saw your names pop up, but then if I had stopped talking, I'd have lost that train of thought. It would have just derailed, taking all of us with it.
I hate when that happens.
I know.
I hate when that happens.
It happens to me all the time. All the time. I feel less alone in the world because I keep finding myself on the perimenopause side of Instagram where we are all like, are we going crazy or is it perimenopause? Am I the only one miserable or are other people miserable? And, I don't comment because I don't know I'm not doing that, but I commiserate silently on my own. Or I send it to you like, see, it's not just me. Yeah, Silent. Ours our library does an auto renew now. As long as the book is not on hold, it'll auto renew for you 3 times. If after 3 times you still have not turned it in, then it will do fees of like 10 cents a day. So yeah. And even with the auto renews, there have been times I still had to pay like 20 cents. And they send you emails. It's not like I don't know. They send an email before it's due. They send an email. Do they send an email for the auto renew? I can't remember. I think so. Like, it's not like they don't. It's just... No, I went through a reading rut at one point. It was when I declared I would read the books we physically own before I read anything else. Oh, no, my reader brain does not like that kind of restriction. So it worked for about 6 books, and then I just stopped reading. And I was miserable because I wanted to read, but I never wanted to read what we had, but I didn't know what I wanted to read. And I was like, And then in the middle of that, this is over a year ago now, I walked into the library. It was definitely over a year ago because I didn't have progressive lenses at the time. And I was like a kid in a candy store. I went, oh yeah, I can just read library books. You don't buy those? Okay. And I came home with like 7 books. Now with Kindle Unlimited... I don't really go to the library, but I do need to use Libby because there are books I want to read.
Yeah.
So. But, yeah. Silent. Yeah. I mean, I know that, basically there'll come a point you just can't use that library anymore. Here in our area, our county has 8 locations, I think, and they're all connected. So if I had too much of an overdue balance or a balance for too long, whatever their threshold probably is, I wouldn't be able to use any of the libraries, which would suck. But...
The Dissident wrote that had a paddle from us for a couple of years, and wife still likes to smell
Oh, wow.
of the paddle. And, you know, I that's kind of cool, but that's why I don't use a poly finish on the wood anymore. You know, it keeps it natural.
Yeah, the only paddles that get poly finishes now are the ones we stain, which makes it really weird when somebody does a special order for like a resin inlay and they ask us to stain it. And I'm like, this is not how these look. The end finish is beautiful, but it is never as soft as when it gets buffed and buttered. So, I mean, yes, ignore the emails. I ignore the emails from my local library. I absolutely do. I'm pretty sure that our library system, because they have a modified no late fees policy now, I think that they do go through and at certain times will either forgive the late fees or they will modify what you can check out so you can still use I think I overheard this. There was somebody in front of me talking about late fees, asking questions, and they were like, if you pay on the balance, well, maybe you can't pay the whole thing, they will let you, you can't check out as much or for as long. So I like that too, because that way people can still use the resources, and you can still go into the library and use the computers and the internet and whatever other resources they might have. Yeah. So, Bad Cat says, walked into the wrong party at a restaurant last night. First guy talked to shares he's been kinky with wife several years. Tell him about BDSM, FetLife, blah, blah, blah. Think that most kinkies are not part of our community. That's very true. That's true. That's absolutely. There are plenty of people getting kinky in the privacy of their own bedroom that don't know anything about air quote the community. Absolutely, because people have been getting kinky since the first people started having sex. There was always somebody doing it a little bit differently from whatever the norm was, you know. So yeah, that's why when somebody tells me they are the only kinky people in their town, in their area, I'm like, no, you're just the only one you know about. I promise you, somebody's grandpa somewhere is getting kinky behind closed doors, and we just don't know about it.
That's true.
So
that's very true.
Yeah, I definitely believe that to be true. Know it without knowing it, you know what I mean? Like there's no numbers that anybody can run to go, oh, this many people are in the community and this many people are still, you know, private about it. But no, not surprising at all. I tend to be, because my experience with talking to people who are kinky is so online, at Munches, through these kinds of ways, it never shocks me that somebody is kinky. It's just stranger to me to have somebody who might be kinky but not a part of a community in this way admit that they are kinky. That is usually the thing that surprises me. Not that I have the occasion to get into conversations like that, but, you know, see somebody talking about it online, or they, you know, anonymously write into something or whatever, and you're like, oh, okay, you're kinky, but maybe not what you would consider yourself a kinkster, but you're talking about this? Okay, I'm impressed. So, yeah. Yeah, and Mr. Pibb, I've had several people who, in the course of conversations, they were like, we were doing kink, we just didn't know that's what it was called, or we didn't have words for it, or, yeah, it's not, it's one of, there's many downsides to not good, inclusive, holistic sex education in the world. But one of those downsides is people just don't even realize what they're doing, or that there's a language for what they're doing, or that, you know, whatever they're doing, other people might not be doing, you know, like it's, and then there's stigma around it. It's like, this thing we're doing isn't what people in your life, your social circle, your whatever, through your formative years kind of made sex out to be. Are we doing it right? All that. Yep. So. I think I was most surprised because I've always lived in the South. I've always lived in deeply conservative parts of the South. So obviously there were kinky people there. There were adult stores there, but you know, they were always in the worst parts of town. You had to know somebody who knew how to get there. Like, there might be one in the whole county. Like, it's just bullshit. And then moved down to the Tampa Bay area, and I was like,
they're everywhere.
They're everywhere, and there's a BDSM club. What are you talking about? So,
and all that time never took you to Ybor City either.
No, there are a couple things you never took me to, but I'm kind of okay with that. It's okay. It's okay. If power exchange had not become a central focus of the things I care about talking about and like swimming in, I could easily be a person who's just kinky behind closed doors. If I didn't have not just the desire to like share what I think and what I've figured out, but had the experience of making those connections and seeing how it impacts others positively when you share your own experience and somebody goes, oh wait, I'm not alone. Like, I had that experience when I was anonymously sex blocking. And when I don't want to, I have come to believe that I think power exchange is my special interest and I mean that term in the way that it is properly used. But I think that if I hadn't had that prior experience of knowing the importance of connection, of just sharing your story, I might never have switched into, okay, well, let me tell you about this thing that I'm doing, right? Or I might not have made it like a focal point of my career. I just would have stayed an anonymous blogger sharing personal stories. And just kept it all like behind closed doors, but the power of connection was just too strong. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I was able to watch the movie Secretary all the way through one time, not even realize, loved it, was drawn to it, didn't know it was about kink, didn't know I was kinky at the time when I watched it. So without the power of the internet, I would have been one of those very, what's the word I want? Naive people who did the kink but didn't know it had words for it. Like, I don't even want to say naive. I was naive. But like I might not have even known I could do the thing. I would have just been like, oh, these movies are so interesting. Now, I feel a little vindicated because, man, people have really strong feelings about the movie Secretary, and it's not my personal baby. I don't care. People can dislike it all they want, and I support their dislike of it. But in this week's newsletter, I came across an article that was, the top 20 BDSM movies or kinky movies or whatever of all time. And it was movies that ran the gambit from like 70s up to 2023, I think. And then in this article's ranking, Secretary was number 3.
Really?
Like, ha.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But, yeah. Oh, Rara, most of the movies that were made prior to the 21st century have so many issues.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I would never call it a perfect movie or
a
good representation of kink, but it is a representation of kink that certainly drew me in.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No. Yeah, the critiques that people make of Secretary, I see where people are coming from.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't negate any of that. But it's still a beloved. Because by the time I watched it the second time and I understood that was kinky and I was kinky, it was not a dissimilar reaction, but it was a deeper reaction. Because it was one of those things where I was like, I understand those feelings and yearnings, but you couldn't pay me money to do that shit, right? Like, it was one of those. I can relate to the internal part, but not what they were actually doing.
I think for me, I would have to say it was probably Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Was your awakening?
Yeah.
Knowing you, yeah, I could see that. You know, DS Bunny, I do not remember what number 1 was. I believe it was a movie I had not heard of. So many of the movies on that list were movies I had not heard of. So, but yeah, Rara, I know. I mean, just like 50 Shades of Grey was a gateway kink for some folks. Like, it's, I don't know. I would like to see some of the newer movies that are coming out or that have come out, because I think part of it is a societal cultural shift about what is, air quote, okay and not okay, and have kink stories done in movies or whatever, have they made that shift, right? So I think it was the 20th one on the list was the one from 2023, where it's very much a, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's like a submissive who's, it's kind of slice of life, like this is the imperfect, realistic day-to-day, like this is what this means, this person's submissive. And I would like to see that, because it was made in 2023. It was made to be like a small, slightly independent film that was made supposedly to be very realistic. And so, okay, let's see. Has representation for kink gotten any better over the years, you know? Mm-hmm. So, my first time seeing Rocky Horror Picture Show, I was in my mid to late 20s. I was on a business trip that happened to be in Orlando. We happened to have access, like passes or whatever, to Universal Studios. And somewhere, I don't know if it was near Universal or in Universal, the theater was doing the midnight showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show with all the stuff that goes with it. And a coworker, friend, whatever, said, "You've never done?" I was like, "No, I'm a very sheltered child who didn't have money, so no, I never did any of this." And so she dragged me to it. It was it was interesting. But yeah. I can't, every time whether it's the book or scenes from the movie, anything 50 Shades comes across my field of vision, it's cringy to me. You know, it's like a secondhand embarrassment of, oh, no, that one's not for me. That one's not for me. Just a reminder for anybody who might be joining us, we are open for any kinky questions. We will just keep chatting in between questions. But if you ask a question, please tag us. Please do not spam the chat. And if it takes more than a single text box for character limit, it's probably not right for here. And
I'll be right back.
You can use our contact page. I saw online discourse about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And first I saw discourse about the fact that there was discourse, and then I started seeing discourse. Gotta love algorithms, right? And you know, the thing is that when viewed through how we view the world today, and are willing to publicly say how we view the world today, because it's not like 30, 40, 50 years ago, there weren't people who felt the way we might feel right now. They just didn't have a space to say it or anybody willing to listen. Even the Rocky Horror Picture Show, probably considered highly problematic to different communities, and fair. But when taken in context for a time when that was as like crazy transgressive, you know, it has its place. Not perfect, but it has its place. So I thought I heard that 50 Shades was getting a reboot. Lord. Or that it could, or that somebody was like, maybe it should, or something, but I don't know. I just get secondhand embarrassment. Hi, Nikita's World. So,
It looks like the full version of Rocky Horror is on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So I might be able to do a watch party in Discord.
Okay. Well, and I think when it's YouTube, you can do a watch party in YouTube.
Can you?
I think so. I read that. I thought I read that ages ago.
Okay.
So. Oh, Silent. I know.
Yeah.
Before I knew better about anything, I liked the Dances with Wolves movie because it was before I knew better and did better, but also because Kevin Costner was having his moment and he was in everything. And how old? Like, when did that come out? That was the 90s, right? I was young and dumb.
I think so, yeah.
And many of us, too many of us, thought Kevin Costner was a good actor. He's a passable actor. It's fine. But yeah, I remember really enjoying that movie. I don't think I could watch it now. I think I would be like, oh God, no, let's not do that anymore. So, Mally, that I had not heard that. That's funny. You know what? I think thinking of what little bit I know of the character, that's exactly what he needed to do. The movie, so there's a movie coming out called Baby Girl. Nicole Kidman is a high-powered CEO who becomes Baby Girl. And it's her intern or a new hire, like a young man becomes the dom, the daddy dom. Can't remember what the dynamic is supposed to be. Part of me wants to see it. Part of me, and this is not fair to Nicole Kidman. It's not fair to anybody. Part of me cannot imagine Nicole Kidman in a role like that. So maybe if she does it well, it would change my mind. But it was also billed in a couple things I saw as like an erotic thriller. I think it's because the intern turns out to be like a jerk, because he doesn't just hold the power of being the dom. He holds the power of knowing that the CEO is doing this shit. And I was like, well, that doesn't make it a thriller. That makes him an asshole.
Right.
But yeah, it did intrigue me. The idea of it intrigues me. But when I think of it being Nicole Kidman, and this is not fair because everybody's personal tastes are unique. I remember looking at the person who's supposed to be the dom going, yeah, no, that is just a personal thing. It's like, no, that individual could not call me baby girl or tell me to do shit. So, I don't know. Will I watch it? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, do I like the idea of an actress like Nicole Kidman, who is clearly older, regardless of what she's done with her appearance over there, she's clearly older, getting that moment to represent this idea. But I kind of worry that people are gonna, because she's playing this high-powered CEO who is clearly an older woman, the baby girl thing, I feel like my internal is like, people are gonna treat that like a joke. Somebody's gonna treat that like a joke. If it's critics, I don't give a fuck. I don't pay attention to that. But it's like, that part makes me go, but I want to read content. I want to see content where it's older people being kinky without it being made to look ridiculous or laughable. Because that's usually what it is. If you come across like some outlet interviewed this couple that, look at them, they wear leather. They're treated like comic relief freaks of nature. And I know I'm asking too much. Okay, Rara, thank you. Okay, you saw it too. Okay. Rara said I got that feeling because he's a child. He did, yes.
Okay.
I know, like, younger, fine. Not for me personally, but to see it, fine. But they got to look like a mature younger. They got to look like they've seen some shit. You know what I mean? Give me the we're all a little traumatized, I know, but give me the traumatized one that's like gritty. Do not give me the fresh-faced little little boy who I can't buy into it. I can't buy into it. I can't buy it. Nope. And then I go, okay, so this clearly was not meant for me. I'm trying to figure out, I would like, if somebody has got any assessment of it, who is the movie Baby Girl meant for? Is it meant for the older woman, high-powered woman? But that person, I'm not high-powered, but I'm older, and I can't take it seriously because of the baby face. Is it meant for younger men who are dominant, want to be dominant, and want to, like, have that kind of power over their boss? If that's the case, this movie definitely wasn't made with somebody like me in mind. I am not the target audience. I don't know. I'm going to say this name because it cracks me up. Pat Phoenix would like to know, what do you do for your beard care?
Not much.
You have products.
No, I do. I keep it trimmed myself. But what I use to take care of it, I use one of two products. Honest Amish.
I think so.
Is the beard oil.
Yeah, I think that's the name of it.
And then I also use another one, Everyman Jack.
Mm-hmm. You've used a few of their products.
And I kind of flip-flop between those two.
One of them smells really good.
That's the Honest Amish.
Is it because when he does that and like at night
when I put that on,
I'm in his beard.
Yep.
My whole nose is just up in there inhaling it. I mean, I don't know how I'd feel if you got that close to my areas with your nose, but I'm gonna do it to you.
One of the one of the things I like about the Honest Amish is it's more natural. Mm-hmm. Okay, and one of the main ingredients is shea butter.
Yeah,
which is a good.
X and Silent are confused by the idea of beard care.
Yeah.
If he does not do stuff to his beard, it gets dry, flaky skin.
Oh yeah,
and then the
skin underneath gets very dry and flaky.
Yeah.
It's not pretty, and then the hair gets very. Think Brillo.
Yeah. You have that kind of hair anyway. For sure.
Yeah, you need to keep it soft.
I am supportive of all JB's beard grooming habits, except when he gets a little too excited with the trimmer and it gets a little too short. Yeah. If there's nothing there for me to be able to kind of grab a little bit, it's too short. If I could see his jawline, it's too short. The rest of his face is, yes, he could just splash some water on it and he's fine. But the beard, no, he's got to take care of it.
No, not with the beard. Definitely not.
Yeah.
That I went that route one time and it was misery.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, and it didn't smell as good.
No.
I mean, I climb him like a tree. I mean, he's shorter than, we're the same height. But I'll metaphorically climb him like a tree when his beard smells good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's really all I do with it. I have one of those wall trimmers, and that's what I use to keep it trimmed up. Almost due for getting a little shaggy.
I can usually tell because it's not like you shave when your under beard is real scruffy.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. kind of, sort of, yeah.
I mean, not that I have recently, but as somebody who just rips them out by the root, maybe. Maybe.
I mean, if that's the case, then that's kind of opposite because I grow it here, but I
keep it quite groomed down there.
Yeah.
I tried grooming the way you groom, and I just scratched myself like I hadn't bathed in 5 years. So we don't do that. When I can get waxes again, I will get waxes again. That's the almost every month I tell JB, I know we've got all these like responsibilities, but the thing I'm working towards is being able to get Brazilians again. Yeah. No. Yeah, you have a good beard. You really do. I know. So JB tends to kind of get a little because he'll talk about the gray that's coming in his beard. But the thing is it hasn't come in on the top of his head at the same rate, right? So if you did not have the beard, you would look younger than you do. But don't take off the beard or you'll have to be alone. Sorry, I can't. Right? DS Bunny, I'm here. I'm here. Trying to make sure the kid finally left the kitchen before I say what I want to say. I had to explain to JB that there are things that, look, my HRT is starting to kick in, and there are things that I would like to have him do, and I would like to do to him, but ain't nobody going down there until I can have it smooth and itch free. I could smooth it out, but I'm going to be itching in about 12 hours, so we don't do that. I need it all pulled out by the roots. But until then, we'll just have to do other things. So, look, I'm not going to give anybody shit about going gray. Y'all can see the state of my hair. I literally have the person who did my hair regularly called the white up here my money piece. She's like, people pay good money to get the thing you've got coming in naturally. I'm like, well, if all of it looked like this, maybe I'd like it better. So, just saying.
Yeah, all the gray that's creeping in my beard is off since I met this one.
It's only like we've known one another since 2012 and like time keeps moving forward. Look, you want to know, I refuse to investigate below the belt, but let me tell you the indignity I was not prepared for. It's bad enough that this time of life, I pluck chin hairs almost every day. When some of them started growing in white and gray, I need somebody to put me out of my misery now. And I'm not looking below the belt because I've heard that comes in not your natural original hair color. I was supposed to stay bare until I was like in the nursing home. Okay. I figured by then nobody would take me and nobody would be willing. The skin would be too delicate. So I'm not looking to find out if any of that is coming in anything other than my original hair color. Yeah, no. I don't love my hair, but I have gotten so used to it, it doesn't bother me like it used to. I do love that it's just easier to care for. When I had the vivid color in, as much as I love the color, part of my life had to be spent around, was it hair wash day? Was the thing that was going to make me sweaty on a hair wash day? And it was a whole ass routine. And now it's like wash and go, move on. But yeah.
That's why I like keeping my hair so short like this. Wash and wear, wash and go.
I just think you look good with short hair. I've always been kind of a short, on men, I've always been sort of preferred shorter hair, like shorter the better. I did have a crush on at least one person who had like crazy long, luxurious hair. It was an inappropriate crush. I was married at the time. I was supposed to be monogamous. Never did anything, but it was definitely a crush. But he had beautiful hair. Beautiful hair. But, yeah. I have not heard from the child, so hopefully he took his mom's advice and didn't drive anyway.
Hell, he could have been home for all you know.
He hasn't even, well, I'm kind of hoping he was.
Yeah.
He hasn't even read the text yet, so it's fine.
Just so long as he didn't get drunk and lose his phone.
Oh, God. Considering he hadn't paid that off yet,
right.
Or we haven't paid that off yet.
Yeah.
God, I'm already looking forward to the day I can go, look, you have to pay for your own phone. Get that off my damn bill.
Yep. What?
Nothing. I'm just doing weird things.
Mm.
I don't tend to use that. I know that it's a feature, but I've never. I don't know. Do you even have to turn that on, Disney? I don't.
Yeah,
know.
you do have to turn it on.
Oh, okay.
It does have to be turned on to work.
I mean, I didn't know if it was one of those things that was auto turned on, and to not have it, you'd have to turn it off. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did watch a few reels of somebody whose phone got stolen while they were like traveling abroad or whatever, and they had the Find My Phone whatever thing.
Yes.
And they basically watched it travel across a couple of countries.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person who had their phone, I guess they could send a message in some. I didn't understand how any of it worked. And they ended up having like a conversation with the person who stole the phone. The person was like, "Please, could you like undo whatever so that I can use this phone?"
The phone was locked, and they
and
were like,
she
wanted
was
them to
like,
send the
"No."
unlock codes. Yeah.
It's like, of course I'm not doing that, but you know.
Yeah, I came across that too. I think it was on Instagram. I
Oh, of
found
course
that.
it was
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I could just, I mean, I would just hand my phone over. If there were things, he could do anything to my phone if he wanted to. We mostly just open the box, charge it, and go on our merry way, neither knowing what the other knows about what you can do on it.
What's really funny, is that, she'll sit there and she'll see me doing something on my phone and be like, I didn't know you could do that.
Because I use my phone for very specific purposes. And I am such a creature of habit and routine that, one, I'm apparently very resistant to doing things in new ways on stuff where I have a very, like, delineated, I know exactly what I do here. I've become that person who, like, immediately mistrusts it. Oh, it's new. And I don't like being that way because that's not the vibe I'm going for. But also, if the way I do something works, I'm not going to go looking around for another way to do something. I'm like, oh, I've made it work. Okay. So, but, at this point, I'm an iPhone girly because it connects with every fucking thing I've got. And I'm airdropping left, right, and center. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So, is that a little something? We have wildlife in the house by the door.
So there is.
Yep. So.
Where's Onyx?
I know. We need our huntress.
Right.
Well, you are the one. She doesn't love you right now. So Onyx has a routine. And her afternoon is spent fully curled or fully loafed on JB's pillow.
Yeah.
That is where she naps her afternoon away. And we do not disturb her. You know that you have disturbed her when if you walk into the bedroom and you make just too much noise, one eye opens and looks at you with judgment. JB needed, because he didn't sleep well last night, was going to take a nap. And he's like, I have to move on. Because I'm like, because you hate her now? What are you doing? You don't mess up somebody's ingrained routine. But he did. Yeah. She did jump on the bed a couple times to go, like, look at you.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, you see, it was a cascading effect because Lola messed up my routine. So then I messed up Onyx's routine, and it just kind of snowballed.
The only one who was happy was Ella.
Yeah.
Thank God she's pretty. Nobody lets her hold the brain cell, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
okay?
No.
She never gets...
She'd lose it.
She would lose it. But she is the best one to watch. So there is a cat tree that Ella kind of claims is her cat tree. Technically in the living room, but close to the dining room. You can see it easily from when we're sitting at the kitchen table eating. After her meal, before the post-dinner nap, she cleans herself.
Mm-hmm.
But she cleans herself by sitting a little bit like a toddler, takes her back legs, spreads them wide or lifts one straight up, and just licks down her whole stomach, down her tail. It's like a Santa sitting there, but grooming oneself. Makes for an interesting dinner show. Just saying. And then something was happening the other day when she was cleaning herself, and out of nowhere, she not only stretched her leg out, she stretched her toes out.
Oh yeah, and like, it was
and
like
her toe beans, and then she started
like
gnawing on her own toes. I was like, well, everybody loves a pedicure, so whatever you got to do, girl. But not a brain cell to be found. No thoughts there. Not a one.
Vacuous.
No. Yep. No. So. And I know Onyx grooms herself. She's a cat.
Oh, yeah.
But she does not get that intimate with herself where others can see.
No,
she
no,
ain't
no,
lifting a leg to clean it while
No.
she is being perceived by
Yeah,
anybody. No.
No.
No, not at all.
But.
Oh, I saw a question here. Tayshu asked, what do you do for editing Instagram videos? I'm starting to make videos for my shop, and I'm thinking of making some voiceover videos showing my work. So I use one of two things. It depends on the video. The videos that are like products, things I've done voiceovers on, blah, blah, blah. I use, let me go find it. It's an app called InShot, InShot. It has a free version. That's where I started. I started with the free version, and then I was using it so much, I paid like a one-time amount to have like lifetime access. I think it was, at the time, it was $35. And I use it enough, it's more than paid for itself. The meme videos I make where I'm being funny and stupid, I use CapCut for, CapCut. For some of my videos, the kinkery videos where I use like a trending sound and it's like multiple pictures or videos all mushed together, and that's not us talking or doing a demo or anything, I actually just use Instagram. I'll have images on my phone, I'll pull them in with a sound I've found. What I like to do is when I see a reel that has a sound I like, and I like how it's set up. Like there's one on the kinkery where it's really, really fast flipping through a bunch of product images. And I liked the sound. I liked how the video looked from whoever I found it from. There's a feature in Instagram, and some people have it turned off, so you can't always use it, where you can see a reel that you like and use it as a template. So then it tells you how many the timing is set up, the audio is set up. You just add your own images, and then you might have to change. If they put any text on it, the original video, you have to change the text on it. But so I use the Instagram app in app editor as well. So it all depends on the type of reel I'm making. But if we're recording something like talking about earlier, I want to do one where you show the difference between the evil stick and the diabolical. I will just record that on my phone, and then I will use InShot to edit it down. And then the only thing, I don't really do anything other than just upload it into Instagram. So,
yeah, I like my social media manager. I'm not firing her. I'm keeping her around.
And if any of that was like a little too much, tag me somewhere in Discord or DM me, and I'll type it out and have it like flow better. But yeah, like InShot for demos, voiceover, product, like look at the product. CapCut for funny things and memes, and the Instagram reel editor for templates and like trending sounds. So yeah, but and that's just what I use for videos. Yeah, and so I'm finally trying to get back to being consistent with posting for Loving BDSM on Instagram at that handle I will forever fucking hate. And that just takes time. I've found some ways to I use Canva, I use Buffer, I use all kinds of tools for that. I've stayed consistent with the Kinkery, and I've across all our social media channels, and we've reaped the benefits of that. Like, it's been very good. Now I'm trying to start doing social media for my vanilla Etsy shop, but I can't seem to find any time in the day to even start that. But, 'cause, 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 So, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Buffer's been a big help to you, too, because you can schedule all that stuff.
Yes. Well, see, the nice thing is, so Buffer, I have used for literal years, but then they changed their pricing structure, and it was about to cost us 3 times as much as we'd been paying.
Yeah.
So, thankfully, all of the social media, other than, like, FetLife does not, but FetLife can't connect to anything like Buffer. So, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you can schedule in either app or on the platform. So, to not get charged too much by one tool, I started using, for Facebook and Instagram, you can have Business Suite, and you can actually schedule in Facebook, Business Suite for Instagram and Facebook, and I use that. Oh, DS Money, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I would love to do more with that. There's just not enough time. I am working on stuff. I'm trying to get some Christmas stuff, or more Christmas stuff added to my vanilla shop. Is it a fidget toy, or are you subtly threatening me?
Yes.
Okay. Look, you're a sadist, I'm a masochist. Being threatened is par for the course. I typically am threatened when I do something wrong, air quote wrong there, and I don't think I am, so that's why I had to ask if it was just being a fidget. Are we trying for the Pavlovian response? That the drool will not be visible, so I don't know how to help you with that one. Shit! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Ow! For anybody who's just joining us, we're also doing a Q&A. You can ask questions. Just, yeah. So, Silent, sometimes, depends on my headspace. Hearing that, I would want to behave as well, but because I couldn't correlate it with anything I knew that I had done. I didn't take it as, maybe I did take it as threatening, but my response instead of flight was fight. Like, I was getting annoyed. Like, why are you threatening me? I didn't do anything wrong this time. So, no, Andre, it is not. We do need to plan one of those. Yeah. We do.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while. It has been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing to add to that. So,
apparently, me playing with that kind of
did it for a few people.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we like to provide service around here. It's not just me; it's him too. Oh. I'm pretty sure, Silent, I'm pretty sure if I called JB by his full government name, if there was not something burning down in the moment, it was not an emergency, I would probably be in the corner. Like, because the only time I call him by his legal name is when my vanilla family is around or we're at the grocery store. And even at the grocery store, I'll yell out JB because nobody knows, but I know. No.
Well, I called you, baby girl or Kayla for so long now.
When you have to call me by my legal name,
it's even hard for me to say it anymore.
Good, that's as it should be. It's not. I love when my mother comes to town, but I just wish JB didn't have to address me or talk about me. Now you want to talk about feeling like out of body experience? First of all, I'm in 85 group text chat hells with my family. There's only 3 of us. Why am I in so many group chats? But so at any given moment, I am either in the main group chat with JB, myself, my mom, my aunt, my uncle, or I'm in a group chat with my aunt, my uncle, JB, or I'm in a chat with just my mom, or my mom and my aunt, sometimes with my mom and JB, and maybe a random other person. But when it's a group
Aren't
chat...
you in a group with the oldest and...
Well, yes, but I created that one, and I use it judiciously. Because I have been in group chat hell. Anyway, so there will be conversations going on, sometimes in multiple group chats on the same day. We're not planning surprises. Why aren't we just all talking in one thread? I don't know. And they'll be asking me for things, and they're calling him John. They're asking things can JB do these things? And so I have to talk about him, or I have to say, this is what, and I can't just call him he, and I can't call him JB because they'll ask questions they don't want the answers to. So I have to type out John. And I almost fuck it up a lot because I'm so used to the shorthand being JB, and then he'll have to do it because he is in at least one chat hell with me, and so he'll be answering on my behalf because maybe I'm busy but the phones are blowing up, and then he types out my legal name. It's awful. No. So here's the weird thing about middle names. As a kid, my mother, to this day, I am almost 45, my mother still will use all the names, okay? I'm in my 40s, she doesn't get pissed at me anymore, but like when I shock her and she wants me to know that she is appalled, she'll use the whole last name or just the first two. But if the middle name comes out, somehow I broke a cycle or I forgot. Either one. My kids do not have the experience of hearing all their names. I never did that. I don't know if the oldest definitely got me angry enough for that kind of energy. that age 13, 14, those were some rough years. But I just never did. And the youngest never gets anybody angry enough where all his names need to be used. When they shock me, their first and last name, yes. But all that I don't know. Am I a weirdo? Am I a cycle breaker? I don't know.
Yeah, my mom used my first name, or my whole name, I should say. Shit's going to hit the fan.
And I'm same. Now, with my mom, I heard the first two were the whole name. With my dad, it was when he stopped talking. He didn't use all the names. He didn't need to. It was when you could like hear the audible teeth grinding thing, and he just stopped speaking to anybody. Yeah, no. If you wonder why I struggle with silence. So yeah, nope. Nope. I have a couple of places where the way and they're things we use for like home stuff, utilities, maybe the mortgage, where the way the forms were written, and the mortgage, it makes sense because it's a financial thing, but there are some places that my whole ass government name is what comes in the mail to me or is on the document that I might get emailed. And it's because I either misread the form and thought that my middle name was required, or I didn't just default to just use my middle initial. And see, my legal name all strung out is a lot of fucking letters. It is multiple lines.
Yep.
And nothing's hyphenated. It's not for that.
And you should see her personal email. Oh my God.
Well, that's because I was a freshly single woman who was having some thoughts. At least it's not like, some things that are personal. Because my personal email that I use for, sign up for our this, or, please, school needs your email. Huh? I made it way too long. And I have to spell it for people. It's embarrassing. Everything just gets sent to his legal name email. Because he planned better than I did. But yeah, so I'll get like stuff in the mail and it's my whole ass name. And I'm like, how did I misread that form so badly that I just like gave, like now I have to look at my middle name all the time. DS Bunny, the purple thing in the window is the wizard candle. Were you at the stream on Wednesday? I thought that was you. If not, then yeah, it's the same. But you might not have been there at the end of the stream. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Either way. Oh no, DS Bunny's like, I think I was there. It's fine. It happens to the best of us.
Right. Yeah.
No, both boys tease me a lot because the way I ended up naming them, their legal last name, they essentially have 3 first names. And they're a little salty about it, apparently. I'm like, well, sorry. Like, I didn't control at the time your last name. That was your biological father. And I just never went through the trouble of changing that for them. That's the last name they were born with, so it's theirs unless they want to change it. So the oldest, because I thought that I would never use my maiden name again, silly me, I gave the oldest my maiden name as a middle name, and it is a name that can, is common last name, but can be a first name. So he's got 3 first names. The youngest has 3 first names. It really bugs them. I don't know what that's about, but so yeah. We really throw people off because I'm sure in more purple or blue or liberal or whatever areas, it's not necessarily uncommon for a married couple to have different last names. But when I got divorced, I went back to my maiden name, could not throw off the shackles of that married name fast enough. It still throws me off when like old documents will come through or something with that old name. I'm like, oh, yeah, that was me for a lot of years. But when we were getting married, I remembered the hell I went through to change my name. I was like, will it hurt your feelings?
No, it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all.
So around here and in other very conservative areas, I am not offended at all when somebody assumes that we have the same last name, because that's way common when people are married. But it does crack me up when I'm like, we're married, and then I'll give my last name and I'll refer to him as my husband. But then they'll figure out it's a different last name. We get more side eye for that than we used to when I looked younger than my age. Yeah, when my hair was not this color. And we got a lot of side eye then, early in our relationship.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's such a strange thing. But, yeah, I was like, I love you so much. I will love you till the end of time. I'm never changing my name legally again.
Hey, it's funny because, like, with the vet, she set up the vet account. So it's under her last name. So I've gone in there a few times, lately, especially with few things with Lola. And, they'll be like, oh, hello, mister, and use her last name.
Yes.
No.
That was funny because for the longest time, for a while, I would take any of the girls to whatever by myself. And then I set everything up. And then there came a point we just always went together. And then in the past several months, it's always crazy around here. So it was like, hey, can you? And he was like, yes, I can. But yeah, they were very confused because they're like, that's what it was. He called to check up on something for Lola or to do something for Lola, and he gave his name.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't have your dog in our system. He's like, oh, hell yeah, you do.
Right.
And he was like,
try this name.
Oh, it's under my wife's name. But what was hilarious is he gave his name. They couldn't find him, obviously. He gave my name. They could find Lola. No problem. But the person had already forgotten, and so then defaulted to Mr. Insert my legal last name. Oh, my God. It was so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. But it also, so I'm a weirdo, and we all know this. This is not new information. So Lola is just Lola, but she's part of all of us. So her full name in my mind is Lola, and then each of our individual last names strung together in the way that sounds best, saying it, whatever. And so when she's being a menace outside, she does hear her full name.
Oh, yeah.
And is literally 3 different last names because we're a blended family. So it's Lola. Get your ass in this house. I did not break the cycle, apparently.
Well, not with the kids, but you do it with the fur babies. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Onyx gets it.
Oh, yeah. I've heard you.
You know, Ella is a different kind of menace. She never does anything that pisses me off where I'm going to use her full government name.
She's just a stupid shit.
She's so pretty. She's so pretty. She's so pretty.
You know, Onyx can be a menace when she wants to, and, you know, a little terror. Lola, yeah. She's...
See, I love a strong woman with strong opinions, but I don't think you have to shout those strong opinions at the sound of every barking dog you ever hear. I think sometimes it's like, okay, let's calm it down. She's a very pretty cat.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna have something going for him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad she's got it.
Yeah.
Onyx is beautiful. The way, in my mind, and people could find better pairings, but the way I think of the girls, Ella is Reese Witherspoon pretty. Onyx is Angelina Jolie pretty, which I wouldn't even use that word, beautiful. Like, that's the way my mind separates them. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep. Lola is like her adopted mother and not photogenic at all. And so you can look at her at many different angles and go, that's a beautiful dog. But don't try and take a picture of her.
Yeah.
There are no good angles when you take a picture of Lola or of me. So. No, yeah.
Now, when I popped in there, Lola is sound asleep.
Oh, I thought she must be at your feet because, yeah, I'm not seeing her on the cot.
I gave her nighttime biscuit, and she took it, and she ate, and then she put herself to bed.
Mm-hmm. That's our girl.
I think she was tired from last night, too.
And right. Or she's just resting up for tonight. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Exactly. They are both beautiful women, but in very different ways. Mm-hmm. And that's how I think of Ella and Onyx.
Yep.
There's many calico cats in our neighborhood. Somebody somewhere had multiple litters and they all came out calicos. But that calico cat we had seen on our walk the other day, when I was walking with the youngest tonight, Calico Cat was out. Okay. Got the Calico Cat to come to me. And then nobody moved, nobody spoke, nobody breathed, but apparently somebody's eye twitched too much and she took off running.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Roger, that is exactly it.
Yep.
Yes, those are the words. Yes. Now I want to watch some Reese Witherspoon and Angelina Jolie movies. I'm terrified that the movies I loved of Reese Witherspoon, other than like Legally Blonde, which is, you know, iconic, but like some of the other movies I watched of her from like earlier in her career won't stand the test of time, and I'll be like, oh, I should not have rewatched this, but I do. I want to. Yeah. Andre asked about the Lola cam.
Yeah.
That's it, Silent.
That's kind of it, and you know, she's kind of been opting to be in her crate.
Yeah, that's her room.
Rather than that, to her, that's her safe place, her room. So yeah, she hasn't been hanging out with us back here as much when we're filming. So
no, she does prefer to be back here when we're trying to record something, and we don't really need her.
Well, that's true.
Howling in the background.
Well, she has opinions.
She does, but there was one we were doing. We got lucky, I think, that the wooing was minimal and I was able to cut it out. But it was like a serious topic, like serious.
Yeah.
Like we were not joking in that video. And there's our girl in the background. I was like, I don't want anybody to think we're making like mocking anybody here, but Lola's got some opinions. Yeah, just funny. I like the apartment. Yeah, we call it her room. Like, go to your room.
Yeah.
Oh, when she gets in trouble, she goes to her room.
And she knows. She knows. But, I mean, it's funny. You know, I don't even close the crate door anymore. No. She when she goes to bed at night, you know, it has to be something out of the ordinary to get her to come out. But, you know, normally tell her to go to bed. She goes into her crate and she stays there until I tell her to come out in the morning.
Mm-hmm. And she really does. She stays in there.
Yeah.
On the rare occasion that, like, you're either not here or you slept in and I woke up early, if when she's in her crate, if I don't go invite her to come out to like give her belly rubs or whatever, and I just maybe go straight to the kitchen and I'm feeding the cats because Ella is driving me fucking nuts, she will not come out of her crate until she hears like me doing the food thing. Like she stays in there like just, and we never made her. We never like. She came to us crate trained. Thank God. I would not know how to crate train a dog if you paid me. Yeah. I'm hoping if the day ever comes we have to do it, that there's enough good YouTube videos that we can cobble this together.
Right.
But
yeah. But yeah, I mean, no, she's good, and it's funny. You know, we joke about Lola being very smart. There have been a couple times she has done something, she knows she fucked up and did something bad, and before I even told her to go to her crate, she put herself in the crate.
She has. It'll break your heart because you're like, I don't even know if I was mad enough to want you to go to your crate, but
yeah.
But she'll also get annoyed and go to her crate. Like, I'm done with you bitches. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. The pity side eye, you know.
Oh my God, the side eye
is strong in that one. Yep. Yeah, every animal that we've had, we've adopted.
So we've kind of talked about this. If there ever comes a point in our life where we're like, gee, we don't feel like we have a lot going on right now, we're a little bored, we might consider a puppy. I also cannot, I know it's possible because anything's possible, but I cannot conceive of a life where I ever am like, gosh, I'm a little bored. I need a project. I got enough projects. Yeah. I don't mind a younger dog, like not puppy, but not like full adult. But even then, I would hesitate with the state of our life now because younger dogs tend to have a lot of energy. They still have some growing pains to go through. When I have to say when, because I'm the eternal optimist and I have to believe this is true. When we are in a different financial state, I would be more willing to adopt more senior babies,
Yeah.
because it's not for me about they'll be gone too soon. It's more like, okay, but as they get older, what kind of care are they going to need? In Saki's last year or so of life, that was thousands of dollars. And that was not like crazy major surgery or like life-saving, like whatever. It was just the consistent care he started needing.
The trips to the vet and,
Right.
and the medication he was taking. You know.
Right. And the test to figure out, okay, is it this? Is it that? Blah, blah, blah. So I love a senior dog because they are just fucking chill. They're like, been there, done that. But I want to make sure I can care for them and you know, they can have a good quality of life health wise. So
Yeah.
but so I am not, it's weird. I'm not opposed to the idea of my dog in my bed. Like there's but I'm already hot with just one body next to me. I cannot imagine the squirmy body of a dog and the heat they throw. I will say my limit would be no large dogs, like a dog Lola size. Not in the bed with me. That's too much. Saki size, I would have.
Yeah.
I'd been like, yeah, sleep in the bed. He just didn't want to.
You know, I when I'm napping on the sofa and Lola comes up there and, you know, climbs aboard for the naps with me. Yeah, I can, but to think about that in bed, no.
Yeah, no.
No. Nope.
Andre, I agree. My type is somebody who can effectively communicate. Yeah. 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 I think that's a little bit of what helped you, because you were an adult who knew how to use your words. We've gotten better at it over the years, but yeah.
I didn't even see what.
You know what? I find David Tennant and Tom Hiddleston attractive, but not because I think they are classically attractive. I love the characters they play, their personalities in interviews, like who I perceive them to be as people. So I think they're both sexy as fuck. But that's why. Not because I think, oh, that's a pretty human being. There are plenty of people I'm like, that person is objectively gorgeous. And then I'm like, okay, but that's it. I've acknowledged that and I'm done. But so for anybody who's joining us who's not a troll, we are taking questions. Just please tag us in the chat. Don't spam the chat. And if it takes more than a single text box character limit, use our contact page on our website instead. You know, the bad boy grin gets me. That's why, and I can't remember the actor's name, but I made the reel of, I don't know if it was his character I think he was playing Negan in that little thing of this grin. And I said, the look my Dom gives me when he knows what he's going to do about that sassy mouth. That grin, whoo! That's right up there for me in terms of like raw appeal, as the Dom look, Dom voice, and rolled up sleeves so forearms and hands are fully visible. Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, yes.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you. I could not think of the actor's name. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a dead. Now, let me tell you, with facial hair, that's a dead sexy man. I've seen him in roles where he did not have the facial hair. No, get away from me. Get away from me. I do not see the sex appeal of you as a human being.
Yeah.
But I'm also, and I know I'm not alone, but I might be alone in this room. He was early days in his character as Negan, for the little bit I saw from The Walking Dead when I realized this was not a show for me. He was a truly abhorrent human being who was horrifying and did horrifying things. And yet, even then I was like, well, if he promised not to use Lucille on me, I'd be down.
Right. Yeah.
So I tend to find people that I can tell are objectively attractive, or my mind perceives them as physically attractive, as very intimidating, because I do not see, like, before I know them, like I see them from across, or I see a picture, I'm like, wow, that's a beautiful human being. I would never have a conversation with them because I find that very intimidating. The people that I find attractive because I got to know them and I like them, well, I got to know them and I like them, and so therefore I'm no longer intimidated by them, and it's a very comfortable thing. But the beautiful people, no, I'm not talking to them. I'm not in that physical league. Nope, not having a conversation. Wouldn't know what to do. Wouldn't trust them. But that's my teenage being bullied as a kid and a teenager, where the cute boy faked and was ass and But many people, most all, I don't know, are if I like you as a person, you're instantly more attractive. The moment I know you as a person and you're shitty, you are less attractive. Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, my towel on my seat is falling, and I am getting Lego butt from this chair. Okay, there we go. Let's see.
Better?
Yes. Okay, there we go. I now have Lego thigh from the holes in the chair, though, and it hurts. But...
It's not good sirens this hour of the night.
No, not this hour of the night. Yeah, I have, I mean, look, we all know I'm not approaching anybody to begin with, because, no. But I have found I have a very, let's put it this way, I have a very low tolerance for a lack of communication skills / a lack of will to try. Like, I would rather somebody imperfectly go, I don't even quite know what I'm trying to say, and I'm probably fucking this up, but here's what I'm thinking, and let me work through that, than some of the bullshit that some people do, because they don't have the skills and they're not willing to try. I don't have any tolerance for that, just in general, which is makes me a lovely companion in public, I'm sure, because I'm like, no, I don't know. Because the thing I have found that I don't know if love is the right word, but that has become very important to me, is clear, direct communication. Because you know what? Then it leaves less room for misinterpretation and misunderstanding. Be clear and direct with me. Do not, like, talk your way around a thing. Do not think you've said a thing that I'm supposed to read the room and know what you meant. Like, I just don't have that tolerance anymore. So if somebody can't be clear and direct with me, the moment somebody goes, well, you knew what I meant. Well, no, the fuck I didn't, because if I had, I would have responded in the way you expected. So just say what the fuck you mean, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I don't remember cushions. We've had towels on the chairs now for ages. Ages. Mm-mm.
We used to have cushions when we sat at the fireplace.
Yes, because that was brick.
that brick got rough after a while.
Oh, my God. Yeah. But no, I remember the towels, but I don't remember using cushions. But either way. No. If I'm not wearing... And even if I am wearing long pants, the towel just adds a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like nuance in concepts, in topics, in the discussion itself. There's no black and white. But if you're talking to me, just say what the fuck you mean. Now, my feelings do get hurt easily, and I'm an anxious person, so I would like somebody... I do take bluntness sometimes from other people as meanness, and that's my own thing that I should probably talk to a therapist about. But the irony is that I tend to be really blunt. If I'm comfortable with you, I am blunt. I can dish it, but I can't take it.
Night, DS Bunny.
Night. Oh, and, we tried the emoji cushions, and they didn't work.
They're
on our bed now.
They're on the bed, yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, the cushions just felt too awkward.
Yeah.
On the seats and.
Yeah, and at this point, at no point ever did they cover my whole ass. So no.
Anywho.
I think we're draining in a way.
I am. I know I am.
Well, yeah, and I can kind of feel it for myself. I can't hold a thought in my... it's not that I can't hold a thought. I can't get a thought to come forward in my mind. You're right, Silent. You're right.
That's true. That's true. I'm still waiting for my steampunk lap blanket.
I'm waiting for the time and space to be able to do anything, but okay. I am determined that I will get back into it at some point. You know how I get when things don't feel efficient, right? When it feels like I'm doing double work or and that because I was having to use the dining room table, that's what it felt like. And so the desire to do it, I was like, okay, until I can make this not easier skill wise, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but easier, like I have a space dedicated. I don't like, it just feels efficient. It's like, it's on hold. It's on hold. So X, that sitting on a certain somebody's face was a topic for discussion a few times. I'm telling you, the HRT is starting to work. It's delightful. And all the smut I've been fucking reading. Now, I don't have a problem sitting on faces, but I'm not sitting on anybody's face until the landscaping is done properly, because that's a personal preference of mine. So, because nothing turns me off more than horrible. Like, I don't want to do it to you. I don't want to touch a me. Oh God. And quite frankly, I've actually, because I've been reading so much smut, I've been missing having a place to sit and, you know, potential waterboarding to occur. It's been literal years since I've thought about it in terms of, damn, I wish I was doing that. I've thought about it enough that I have thought about, man, I really should start working out more, because I need to build up the quad strength to be able to do that. There's also that, Silent. There is also that. I feel sorry for anybody who just rolled up and that's what they heard first. Sorry. It's true. It's so true. I'm so finicky and picky about all of that yeah, if it's nope. And that is not the reason JB keeps it tidy. He does that for himself, but it is a perk. Oh God. Just saying. I have missed my Brazilians. I mean, it was the financially responsible thing to do. Let me tell you that I was grumpy about it for the first few months. Oh God, Sid, I'm sorry. Oh God. See, and I don't mind his scratchy on my tender bits. Maybe it's the masochist in me. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't mind it so much. But, nah. Nah. Mm-mm. Anyway. Anyway. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. No, I've had multiple cross-stitch projects on hold. We don't have good lighting where I can sit and stitch, and my glasses are just, I can't see small things.
I know. Even reading reading real books.
My mother is very worried for me. She's like, that's not normal. I'm like, well, these are the glasses I've got. She goes, are you sure you need progressives? I was like, well, the optometrist was pretty sure. Yeah. I said, the thing is it's been 2 years since I got my eyes checked. I think it's been 2 years. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just last year.
No.
I can't remember what is time. And I think what's happened is my prescription has gotten worse, but I'm still wearing old glasses, and that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
No, Andre, so he did the waxing for me for the year or so. Mm-hmm. And then we got to a point where no, I found a place and it was cheaper than other places have been. And that was good. And I was like, what do you think? He was like, please don't make me do this anymore. But he didn't say those words, but that was the energy. Yeah, yeah. And then when I realized I could not keep doing it, I went, don't worry, I won't ask you to do it again because I don't have the energy for it. So
I will say I have a lot of respect for the people who do the waxing.
Oh yeah. I love my waxing person. Mm-hmm. I am not the type to go anywhere and just chit chat with anybody, but her energy was good, and we just look, mad respect to anybody that can be nose to labia with you and talk about your kids going to college. Okay. Or talk about business taxes with you, because we had that. And she's a damn good waxer, efficient. She could do the whole all the way around, and I'm out in 20 minutes. Now, she said it helped that I'd been doing it for so long, it was easy for her too, but still. I was like, yeah, I miss her. I tipped her good because that was good quality work. It's not every place you can go where you can stand up naked from the waist down, get off a table, look at yourself in a full-length mirror and go, yeah, good job. Good work here. Yeah, that's good. Just saying. I've had 2 waxers since I started Brazilian waxing that I got on with like that. Not the very first person. They were the second person, and they ended up being somebody who did my nails when I was still getting nails done, and I did marketing for them.
Yes.
And she was like, I'll swap you nails for marketing, but not Brazilians. I was like, fair. And we were like friends. We really got along really well. And then it was like hit or miss for a while, and then I found this person. And as far as I know, she's still in business because her sign is still up when I pass it. So I genuinely miss it. I get cranky when it gets itchy. I get cranky when I hadn't trimmed. If I trim too short, then it's itchy and I'm just pissy. When it's been too long, I got busy, forgot that I even had anything down there, or there was a down there to begin with, and it gets too long, I'm pissy. When I'm like, I want to sit on your face, Daddy, but I'm not, I'm pissy. So
and I guess I just was not that good of a waxer because I never got a good tip.
No, here's the thing. I think you stopped wanting to be anywhere near my crotch after a while. I think you were like, I would give anything not to have to be nose to labia with her right now.
Not in that particular sense, yeah.
And I got the vibe towards the end, like it was a detriment to our own sex life. Nope. No, I can definitely tell that a fog is lifting, and I don't mean literally like brain fog. I've still got some of that, but like certain things are kind of leveling out. The HRT is kicked in, I think, or is kicking in. The kid, the youngest, is doing so much better than like this time last year.
Yeah,
like I have space in my brain to have different goals again, or have things I want to do that are future forward, future focused kind of things. Like, I want to work on this. I would like to have this. And for several months, like, I had nothing left for that. And what I'm having to do now is hold myself back, because it's like, oh, there's a little bit of space in my brain to plan creative ideas for things. Let's do all of them. And I can't do all of them, so.
Yeah.
Andre, yes and no, because perfect for me, just right, is none. None at all. Take it all away. But since I don't have that opportunity right now, yes, there is like one moment in time where it's the perfect length, because I've just done some self-grooming, but it's still too long, so it's imperfect, but it's bearable, and I get like one day. So technically, yeah. I want it all gone. But I'm a dark-haired, swarthy person, so it would be probably way too many sessions of laser hair removal, which still is not a guarantee 100%. So, and I don't dislike the sensation of the wax. It's not a sexual thing. Like, it's not my masochistic side being all excited. It's just I recognize that it is a slightly unpleasant, but it's not unpleasant enough for it to even register. Now, when I finally get to go back, and I haven't done it in however long that will be by then, that first one's going to be a little rough. But yeah, like, I just don't, like, I've felt so many things that hurt so much worse than that. And I'm like, meh, whatever. Whatever.
Pretty much silent. It pretty much is an addiction for her.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, if I ever get to, like, be smooth 360 degrees again, in all the cracks and crevices, I might let pictures be taken again, is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What a couple waxers told me over time, because I didn't even flinch. Like, even when we were, like, in the most sensitive area, which is, like, in the clitoral hood area, like, I might jump, I might do like that, but that was about it. Part of it was I had done it so long that my hair just is thinner. It just kind of came out easier. So that was part of it. But it's been a while now. It's a lot of new hair. So. Yeah, Rara, it definitely got it's thinner now than it ever was before I ever started waxing. Ooh, I was 70s porn star level of growth. But yeah, it's not like that anymore. But we're also not looking too closely, because if I see a gray hair, I'm gonna have to be sedated. I'm just saying. I'm gonna have to be sedated. I've not tried, which cream was it? The Veet. I've not tried Veet, but I've tried other remover creams, and I've given myself chemical burns because I was a dumbass who didn't know what I was doing, and it makes me just not even want to touch those, because all it takes is me fucking it up, and woo, that's a different level of misery. And yet, when I was still waxing, or right after I'd stopped waxing, you came across somebody on Fet who is, I don't know, is it OnlyFans, or if they're just...
She does not do OnlyFans.
She just takes pictures of herself and shares it. Okay. But she's got a literal beautiful vulva, like, with no hair, beautiful skin. Like, how is your skin that flawless? How much editing are you doing to the pictures? And she had so many people asking, how is your pussy so pretty? It's beautiful. She actually shared her routine, and we did look into it, and I was like, it was a point in life. I was like, I don't have time. I would not mind if it was, but I don't have time. But it was just like, legitimately beautiful. I was like, I'm not attracted to it on a sexual level, but I could stare at this for all. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh gosh, Rara, I have only had 2 times where I got worried about bruises. Once I had to go to the gynecologist, and we'd done some impact or something, and I think once was the waxer, but it wasn't bad enough. Like I didn't have that, intense of a scene, but it was enough that I was like, I hope they don't ask uncomfortable questions. So, yeah, no, I miss the person and I miss the service. So, no. Oh God, and when I am waxed, I can't keep my hands off myself because I love soft. I love soft. I think it's why I touch my own boobs. My boobs are very soft. Say, well, they, like we said earlier, they are a little bit of a stress ball fidget toy thing too. Mm-hmm. So I know, and they also I
like playing with them myself.
They jiggle in a very satisfying way that my ass no longer does. Like when I was working out consistently, my ass had a firm jiggle, but a jiggle because there's lots of padding. But the boobs are like, it's all just jiggle, jiggle. And it's just, it's very satisfying. I'll check it out, Sin. I'll see if we have access to anything like that. I'll stay skeptical, not of the product, but of me. User error.
Yeah, let me write it down for you.
Because what was Nair? Nair is what I used.
I
and a bikini line chemical burn? Nope. I'm not religious, but I was praying to every god out there to make that go away. So. Yeah, I saw Roger's comment about shaving face. You were the first person that I ever was connected to romantically, sexually, whatever, that had like grew a full beard. And now I have a clear preference. Like because it's all really vibes of the person, it doesn't really matter. But if I can look at a person and go, do I find them attractive? With men, it's facial hair. It is facial hair now. You did that to me.
It's all my fault, huh?
It is. Yeah, because ultimately, it doesn't matter to me if somebody has facial hair. But if I'm only like clocking them as, do I think they're attractive? Like, I don't know them. They might be the worst person ever. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, a thing I love and will continue to love about being able to be very open about, between JB and myself, about being attracted to other people, even if we never act on it, just going, that is an attractive human being. And, having the layer of non-monogamy.
Night Echo Kitty City.
In our life. I love that when we come across people online that, like, social media, like they've posted something, it's a thirst trap that we find attractive, we can send it to the other one and be like, JB knows I have sent him something sexual because it's just the side eye emoji. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
And there is, I think he's a model, like a fashion model, but I'll have no desire to ever use the term zaddy for anybody, but that's a silver fox zaddy. Like that's a fine looking man. And he's mostly showing off like his fashion stuff. And I'm sending him reels left, right, and center. And then that guy did a reel with his own son, who is all, the genetic pool is delicious. And I was sending him that going, two of them. But, so. Yeah, Silent. I actually my whole life have envied anybody who like you don't have a lot of hair to grow. I can't imagine it.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what that's like either. But,
no. I mean, in some ways, especially when I had longer hair, my hair grows in thick. It's thinner now as I've gotten older, for sure, but it's still relatively thick. And I know that that's a thing that a lot of people wish they had, but thick hair on your head means thick hair other places. And I don't like it. I'm ambivalent to hair on my legs. I do shave because I don't personally want it to be long to the point that it's then soft, like, hair on legs, naturally occurring hair on legs is. I like smooth. I like soft. I guess it's a texture thing. I don't know. It's a sensorial thing. I don't know. But I also can go all kinds of time and only shave up to the knee. It was one of the days we went out, and I went, this is a no waistband day, so I'll put a dress on because we had to go out in public. And I shaved all the way up. And that is when I realized it had been a long time since I shaved all the way up. Oh, God. But, no. I just want to get waxed again. I know. But I won't start it until I can consistently do it. Like, there can't be just one good month and then I got to go back to being miserable for 6 months. Like, it's got to be a thing we put back in our budget. But
I want a pedicure again.
Oh, God. We didn't even get those all that regularly. No. We only did them every few months. Yeah. I've got my summer
But my
feet.
hobbit's feet.
Well, I got my summer foot thing. I am mostly barefoot in the summer. I know it makes JB cringe. I will walk into our garage, which is also a shop where we work, barefoot. Like, I walk out the front door.
Don't do that. Do not do that.
There will be a time I will regret it. I know. I walk outside down the driveway barefoot. I walk out the back door barefoot. If I have to put shoes on, it is flip-flops. These feet are grotesque. Okay. I clean them. They're clean, but they ain't soft and pretty. And I'd love a pedicure again. Yeah. Here's how I knew it was bad. Was it last year or the year before? One of the last times I got a post-summer pedicure, the person doing the pedicure went, "You like to go barefoot, don't you?" Yes, I do. Yeah. Rah, thank you. That's why I can't look. Since I can't wax, I can't look too closely because if I see gray, it's done. I'm done. Yeah, no. Speaking about not looking your age, I think part of the reason I'm bitter about my hair is because I never looked my age when my hair was colored. My mother has that unique ability as well. She is now 64. She does not look 64.
No, she does not.
In no way, shape, or form. I don't know what 40s looks like. I don't think it's supposed to be this, but maybe it is. But I don't want to. The Brazilian I was getting from my waxer, I think the base price for a Brazilian was $60, and then if there were extras I would add on and would bump it up to like $70, $75, and then tip on top of that. So some months I was paying like $75 with the tip, and then some months I was paying like $90, $95 with a tip, depending on what I added. Mm-hmm. So the place when I first started waxing, I could find it for $45, $50. And over time,
it's been slowly like everything
else. The best price I ever got was the most annoying. I went to European Wax Center for ages, and you buy a package, and the price per is ultimately cheaper, but it always required like more money up front until you had this plan and package you paid for. And I didn't mind it when I could do it because per wax it was way cheaper than other ways of doing it. But they spent so much time just trying to sell you other shit. I was like, I'm here for a service. This is the service I want. Please don't ask me about anything else. That was very frustrating because I would do a European Wax Center again if I hadn't found the person I really like. I would do that again because it was convenient. But God, they were just constantly selling. I hated that. We have about just under 10 minutes left as of the time I'm saying this, so the delay might make it a little different. So we are open for any last minute questions. If you do have a question, please tag us in live chat. So you'll type @ and then loving BDSM. It'll light up for us. Don't spam the chat. And just make sure it can be contained within the character limit of 1 message thing in live chat, but feel free. Yeah, I used to be, if I was gonna shave, we were shaving ankle to top of hip. Like, if I was gonna do it. And then there came a point I was like, just the part where it sticks out of my shorts. And then I have absolutely gotten to the point I have gone to run errands and my hair is dark, y'all. So when I don't shave these legs, anybody with good prescription in their glasses gonna see it, and I don't even care anymore. But I now shave so infrequently that when I do shave, and then in the summer I take very cool showers. It's too fucking hot, right? So what was happening this summer is on the days I was finally shaving, like once or twice a week max, I could feel the difference in the airflow on my skin on my leg. It was a very refreshing feeling. Oh God. See, Silent, I have always envied people that if somebody was not close to you, they could not tell if you shaved or not. I am not that person. The right eyesight, you're going to clock me from about 20, 30 feet away. You never have to actually interact with me to know that it's been a hot minute since I shaved. No, we had for 5 minutes, we had Purple Heart wooden knives, and they were gone. They were gone.
I think I may have 2 more sitting out on the shelf to glue up. But yeah, other than that, not much Purple Heart.
No. Is it because you just went to the sawmill? Is it that it's not really available, or that it's just crazy expensive still?
It's been creeping up again in price. Yeah.
That would be one of those that if we got Purple Heart to make a paddle, it'd probably be a one-off, and they'd have to be priced appropriately for what it costs. Yeah. Yeah. So for anybody who's new to this, I tried to warn you that we get random.
Randomly random.
Hair removal. That was not on my personal bingo card, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm here for it. I feel like some people just are like, that was way more information about the people helping me with Power Exchange than I wanted to know. And that's okay. That's fair. That's so fair. My feelings will never be hurt about that. But I am grateful that enough of y'all will go on that journey with me. That I'm not completely alone in the conversation.
But I went to the sawmill yesterday. And came back with the black walnut, cherry, maple, some of the thin bacote slabs that you saw, some of the things, the slapsticks I made with that, and also black limba.
Yeah,
got more of the black limba. That's a pretty wood when it's finished.
Yeah, it is. It's got nice green stripes kind of going through it.
Yep.
The one I wish, and I know you would get it if you could, so it's not like the one I wish you would get is black locust. Because I can't sell black locusts well on looks alone, because the picture doesn't pick up this really cool gold shimmer it tends to have. But I can sell it on it being heavy as fuck. Yeah. You're getting thud when you get black locust.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
So. It's I mean, he had, I would have liked, he had some really nice canary wood.
I love canary
there
wood.
again,
That's a
too.
pretty one too.
Some nice canary wood.
What is wormy maple? Do you know what wormy maple is?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I'm curious, is it based on how it looks, or is it based on... Yeah, that's... Because we have some maple that if I were trying to describe it, now that I know the expression wormy maple, that's what I'd be like, oh, yes, but I don't know if that's actually what they meant. Because those slapsticks that are hard maple, that is the most unique maple I've ever seen. But they have it in stock. Good to know.
Yeah.
We will have to Google that one. I need to know what wormy maple.
I'm not familiar with what's that wood I have? It's box elder. I believe it is a piece of box elder out in the shop, and that has worms that go through it. But the worms, when they go into it, that's what makes the pink color.
Oh yeah. I remember
wood.
you.
Ambrosia maple. Okay, yeah, ambrosia maple. Yes. Never heard it called wormy.
No. So what makes ambrosia maple that?
Oh,
term?
when the worm get in it, it makes like beautiful striations in the wood.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Oh, my foot still hurts.
Uh-oh.
I want to ask you about it.
Okay.
It's labeled maple,
Mm-hmm.
but it looks like no maple we've ever
Had before. Yeah.
had before.
No, that's maple.
I know it's maple, but my point is the
It's not.
striations.
No, not.
Oh.
That's not ambrosia. This is more spalted.
Ah,
than
spalted.
anything.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. This is spalting. Okay. Yeah.
But those have been very unique. You can show the camera if you want.
Okay.
Those are the slapsticks we have in inventory currently. Yeah, there's only a few that left that look like that, and I was very thrown off in a pleasant way when you brought them to me. But those have sold.
Yeah.
A lot of people bought those.
A lot of serious wood turners that turn bowls, they look for the ambrosia
Oh, really?
maple
Okay.
to turn bowls. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I don't see too much of it here, and when we do, it's very expensive.
Probably because it's being brought in from.
Yeah.
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 Oh, no,
okay.
thank you, Silent.
Okay.
Yep, I wouldn't want to hear the term box elder.
No. But it makes for a beautiful wood.
And apparently it's in stock wherever that shop is. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. That's a good question. Kitty Sly Fox asks, wouldn't the worms make the maple compromised?
No.
Why is that?
It does while it does discolor the wood, in a sense, it does not degrade the wood.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to play with your wood this weekend. I don't know what's really happening. Like, I can explain it sort of, but when I watch him take like this board down to these smaller boards, down to these other, and my favorite part is when we put the oil and then the wood butter on it, because my God, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And with that being said, it is officially midnight.
Yeah.
And it is time to say goodnight. Thank y'all for being here with us. Whether we were just background noise or you were like all up in the live chat, either way. Thanks for letting us be weird and get random.
Yep.
You know, he should get back on OnlyFans for all that we talk about JB's wood, is what I'm saying. And I'm down for that. But yeah, we're gonna go. Thanks for being here with us. We will be back next week for a regular live stream. And
Yeah.
Keep this going. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
I'm tired too.
See y'all later.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.